What's going on, guys? Webster Style Brian Saff here with another NRW checkpoint. Brian, you've had a heck of a week, man. How you doing?
I'm on recovery. Yeah, I'm fine. How about yourself?
I'm good. Did you get your refund yet? That's the biggest question.
No, they talking about up to 30 days. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
But
okay.
yeah, but they definitely said it's
That's
coming.
some BS. I always find it amazing how people could take your money quick.
Right.
They have a very hard time giving it back to you quickly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, we got Zelle, Cash App, Apple Pay, Google Wallet, all of
Exactly.
this to like just send it back real quick.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
whatever, I'll wait because when I see it, it's gonna make my day. So
Right. Oh, I bet it will. You was getting back, so I totally understand.
yeah, the tickets was 500 a piece, Webster. So I'm definitely gonna be
Ouch.
happy when that comes back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I bet you are. But there are you're getting some good news. Unfortunately, there are many in the game industry that have gotten bad news this week, and
Right.
out of left field in many respects. Microsoft announced the closure of, well, technically the closure of 3 and the folding in of 1. So Roundhouse Studios was folded into ZeniMax Online, so they don't exist as a separate studio anymore. Alpha Dark Studios, which created the Mighty Doom mobile game,
Mhm.
is been closed, and that's the one that I'm not necessarily shocked with.
Right.
Because they bought Activision, which included King, so you have a whole freaking mobile division now.
Right.
You don't need a separate mobile studio in within. Let's say you don't need. I don't know why they didn't just fold them into Activision King, but you know,
Right.
it's not my decision.
Right.
Then you have Arcane Austin, which last did Redfall, and that really sucks because they never got a chance to update the game with a lot of the perks or the hero pack that people paid for, and
Mhm.
apparently they were this close to finishing an offline mode for the game as well. So people are getting reimbursed if they pay for the hero pack, and that offline mode will never happen. But it's kind of sad. We know, we've talked about that game and how it just was not up to snuff. It's really sad that it shut down the whole studio.
Right.
In the studio that really kicked everybody nuts. They closed down Tango Gameworks.
Which
Everybody loved High Five Rush. I mean,
right.
everybody loved that game last year. Microsoft said it was successful. They put it to other systems. Other systems are getting it. There's supposedly a Switch version and maybe a Switch 2 version that's going to be coming out. And when we talked about it, I told them, I told you, I think Microsoft has a gold mine here. This is a multimedia property. This
Yeah.
IP is something they can mine. We're talking about movies, games,
Mhm.
merchandise. It is something I think they could really push. An animated series. Like, it is something they could really push.
Right.
And they closed the damn studio. They're only Japanese studio at that, which
Crazy.
the one closure or whatnot, like, I don't understand why that happened, especially with the pedigree of games they put out, like the Evil Within series.
Mhm.
I don't get it. And again, it's your only Japanese studio, and you as in Phil Spencer talks about building that relationship in Japan, building and growing in Japan, and now you don't have your one Japanese studio, you close it. That's not a good look if that's what you say you want to do.
Right.
But
I don't know. You know, I don't like to speculate too far ahead because I'm not inside the business meetings or anything like that. But maybe Microsoft got something else planned, or I don't know. Maybe they closed the studio and moved the employees around to some. I don't know. Maybe they. I don't know.
they could,
It's a bunch of maybes, but that wasn't
yeah.
smart.
I try to be doom and gloom when they put we talk when they put those games on other platforms. I'm like, okay, it
Mhm.
ain't the best thing, but the games they chose, it makes sense, especially trying to grow the fan base, especially the online games, and then something like Pentiment and High Five Rush. Like, I can definitely understand that, and those games being on other platforms to try to grow the player base made sense. The question is, with a lot of the rumors that have come out since this, like there could be more studios closing. There could be a lot of changes and shakeups. I think in general, when we get to this time next year, I think the gaming landscape is going to be drastically different. And we ain't even talking about the launch or announcement of the second Switch. Still, it better be Super Nintendo Switch. It better.
They got it. I mean, because why would they not listen to us?
Right. Look, we ain't the only one saying it too. That's why I know.
That's what I'm saying.
Online say the exact same thing.
Why would they not listen?
That, we are talking about a potential PlayStation 5 Pro coming out by the end of the year, which the consensus is who wants it, who needs it, who's going to buy it, what's the purpose.
For the tech nerds.
Right. There are a lot of things there. So I think it's going to be a drastic change between this time this year and this time next year. 2024, I think it's going to be in my opinion, based on what we've seen, specifically because of all the layoffs and closures and whatnot, I think it's going to be, I think it has potential to be a landmark shift for the gaming industry, in my opinion.
I can agree, especially coming off of the Microsoft acquisition of, Blizzard and everything. I'm quite sure, especially with how hard PlayStation was fighting against it, I'm quite sure the other giants in the gaming industry, they are going to start implementing plans or ideas that they had just in case this merger went through for whatever reason. I wouldn't be surprised if, PlayStation pulls something crazy out. They've been closing studios as well. We good on Nintendo. This just bring me back. Nintendo just been solid from day one. They just never fold on nobody.
Yep.
The man that came out like, I'm gonna cut half my salary so we ain't gotta, we ain't gotta close no part of our divisions of studios and other. I don't know. We'll see though. I'm curious to see if like VR or anything will have some kind of, I don't know, shift that's geared more towards being popular, because
they've been trying to make VR.
That was another reason. Huh? Say it again.
They've been trying to make VR popular for 30 years.
Yeah, but I don't know. Something about, because I think about also the games that are coming out. We don't really got too many AAA titles. The shit going on with Sony and Helldivers 2 and them walking back their plan to.
Look, they listened, because look, I am surprised and happy about that. They actually listened.
They had no choice.
You're right.
They had no choice. I could tell they put a lot of money into Helldivers 2 being one of those games that like spans time, like Destiny 2 and stuff like that. I could tell that that's what they want to do with that brand. So they had to. Yeah, is this a bad time to lose the player base? I'm pretty sure they got another big update coming for the game that's supposed to reinvigorate the fan base and everything. It's a bad time to have people being like, nah, fuck that, because I can't even log in. So,
right.
I don't know, but the gaming industry as a whole, I mean, it's a double-edged, well, not double-edged, but the silver lining in it for the consumers is now we have time to play these games. Don't gotta worry about, because the only major thing that people have been, on their on the edge of their seats for is fucking Grand Theft Auto 6. And they already told us like, you got some more waiting to do, even though it's close.
Are they supposed to be dropping another trailer or something soon?
That's what we heard.
Okay,
but
this week in general, I have not been online consuming like I usually am. I think I saw something today or yesterday in my gaming Telegram group that I'm in, that I'll be sending you stuff that I see in. I think I saw something, but even then, I'm like, I'm not really paying attention because it's just a lot going on right now. But yeah, I guess it'll be interesting. Yeah, 2025 is going to be a year.
Yeah, I'm ready for it though. I want to see like what all this shakes out to be, because this happened in the past before where these big studios or whatever close down or whatever, and we get something that is at least okay. I can understand why you did this. Not necessarily like y'all was justified and y'all should have done that, but at least there's some kind of tangible resolution or thought process that comes out that kind of gives us insight onto where things are going. You know, Xbox just, I feel like once they started really pushing towards acquiring Activision and Blizzard, they have been a lot more transparent with the consumers about their plans and what they have, you know, going towards the future. So I don't know. Hopefully we'll get something. They're paying attention to us more and they're talking to us more. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that leads to oh, okay, I understand. Oh, that's actually cool that you did this, even though you had to sacrifice these studios. So we'll see. But
I hope so. I hope there's a silver lining. But I'll
yeah,
say one thing. I think 2025 is going to be the year of the handheld because by all
definitely.
reports, everybody, i.e., everybody outside of Nintendo, is working on a new handheld,
As they should.
and that has some kind of, at least in the case of Xbox, definitely has some kind of convertibility.
Mhm.
They don't know about the proposed Sony one. I don't really think Sony's going to do that, honestly. Um, that's just how Sony do what they want to do, and they expect you to. They're like, here, this is what we're going to do. Take it, just like the Portal. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
right.
understand the utility of the Portal, but still, the fact that all those cats bought it like that, I'm like, really?
What are you doing?
I want to know now how many people are really using their Portal like that. That's what I want to know. That'd be interesting. I need to look online and see who's still talking about the PlayStation Portal.
Right.
But let's jump into some games this week. There are some
Mhm.
interesting ones coming out. I think it's really a nice mix of games this week. So
Okay.
first up, we have Seed of Life. That's on the PS4, 5, Xbox One, SX, and Switch. It actually dropped on PC back in 2021, so it's been out there for a while. It's now making its console debut. Seed of Life is an action-adventure puzzle game set on Lumia, a beautiful yet toxic planet on the brink of death. I don't know, beautiful and toxic in the same sentence to describe something doesn't sound too good as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
You play as Cora, the last known survivor. If she's the last known survivor, okay, beautiful involved in this, man.
Beautiful and toxic.
Right. Who embarks on a quest to activate the Seed of Life, an alien device capable of generating life's essence and potentially saving the planet. The game features a mix of exploration, puzzle solving, and interaction with alien creatures in a semi-open world environment.
Okay.
Well, that's that. Next up, we have With My Past, not Walk With My Past, With My Past on the PC. In With My Past, you play as an ordinary child, like everyone else, has made some wrong choices in the process of growing up. To help her overcome regrets from the past, you need to unravel layers of puzzles with her shadow of the past, understand and assist her in recognizing and facing her own past and finding a way to coexist.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we are watching Seed of Life trailer. We're not watching it With My Past.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we are looking at V Rising, and I think we are watching a trailer for this. Yes, we are watching a trailer for this one. I'm interested in this one because I think I saw something about this a while ago. V Rising, an action role-playing survival game developed by Stunt Lock Studios, which is a very cool name, and published by Level Infinite. V Rising is set in an open world split into 5 biomes where the player controls a recently awakened vampire. The player gathers materials and upgrades their weapons and builds a castle that acts as their home. To unlock access to more advanced materials and equipment, players must defeat bosses found throughout the world. To survive, players must meet needs and avoid hazards specific to vampires, such as regularly consuming blood and avoiding the sun. And apparently,
Okay.
this game took a lot of inspiration from the Castlevania series, so that's what I'm really interested in as well.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. We're watching a trailer for that, right?
Yes, we are.
Because that's right up my alley.
Right. Next up, we have Animal Well, which is on PS5, Switch, and PC. It is a 2D exploration Metroidvania puzzle platformer. Say that 5 times fast. Video game developed by Standard Memory and published by Big Moon. The player controls a blob and explores a labyrinth filled with animals. Animal World revolves around exploration and puzzle solving. Players will explore an interconnected labyrinth to collect items, enabling players to manipulate their environment.
Hmm.
So
Familiar.
next up, last two games we're watching the trailer for. Next up, we have Crow Country on the PS5, Xbox Series systems, and PC. The survival horror game Crow Country follows Maria Forrest as she enters the abandoned Crow Country amusement park. Now, first of all, it's called Crow Country. Nothing sounds good about an amusement park called Crow Country.
Right.
Right. Having been closed down under mysterious circumstances, and the owner, Edward, seemingly missing. It's up to Maria to discover the secret behind his disappearance and unravel what is happening to the park.
I mean, it's abandoned, ain't it?
Basically, right. Right. Last but not least, we have Little Kitty Big City on Xbox One S, X, PC, and day one on Game Pass. Little Kitty Big City that almost sounds like the title of probably a movie that we can't talk about on this show.
Yeah.
Lucky and I's guest probably starred in a movie of the same name.
That's funny.
Is an adventure video game and debut release from American indie developer Double Dagger Studio. Again, another cool name. Little Kitty Big City is a third-person adventure video game where the player controls a black domestic cat that is lost within a large Japanese city. The player has to navigate the black cat to its home, but they also can interact with the city and do typical cat things such as catch birds, jump into boxes, steal food, and play with its tail. The player can also communicate with other animals in the city and may dress up in various hats. Okay. Sounds like for a wide swath of people, actually.
Yeah. It also sounds like that Stray game. Remember Stray?
Yeah. I know that's more of a futuristic vibe to it, but I do get shades of that as well. So first up, let's jump into the trailers. We're going to have first Crow Country.
Amusement park about crows in the country.
Very PS1.
Right.
I've really enjoyed all of these games. I think this one's more RPG, more Silent Hill.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right. But I don't even see her with a gun.
Oh, I see it from the right hand.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay, I was so expecting a jump scare there.
I was thinking that too. Well, they finna try to get me, huh?
All right, that looks pretty neat, man. You know, that cool retro style.
Yeah, and it looks, I don't know, for whatever reason, they kind of give me the vibe that it's like a starter game into the horror side of
Yeah, I get that too. Yeah.
Looks cool though.
Yeah, it does. Next up, we have Little Kitty Big City.
Let's see what Little Kitty is doing in the big city.
Automatic or dark style.
Right.
You know what this reminds me of to a degree?
What's that?
That Goose Game.
Okay.
While the Goose Game you had like specific objectives and things that you thought you level, there was an aspect of exploration as well as really fun.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that here.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting curious with that. I know one or two people who will love this game.
I'm about to say this is definitely for cat lovers
and girls.
It's true.
Look, I wasn't even thinking about like little people. I was thinking about there are a couple of women gamers that I know that would absolutely love this game. Like this is right up the alley with what they want to play.
Yeah.
And one of them really loves Stray, so they
okay
that as well. Right. So next up we have Seed of Life. Not saying only women, but they're lady gamers and they came to mind. So.
Understood.
Looks interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The lava looks cool. You don't see many games like this where you're interacting or have to deal with lava in that sort of environment. I don't mean this as a detriment. It looks like things we've seen before, but that's not a bad thing. So it gives me familiarity as far as how the game plays. Got your platforming, your puzzles. Don't see any combat though.
That's what I'm like. I'm like, is this all just platforming, or is there any kind of
That's interesting.
combat there? That is interesting.
And last but not least, let's go with some Bloodsuckers and V Rising. Wow, that was neat.
Your clan calls for you. Rise from your crypt.
Not at all what I was expecting.
Right. I don't know if I'm mad.
No. I'm pleasantly surprised with that game. Oh, there's everything in it.
Yeah, this looks cool.
Come forth, young vampire.
So it's dropping on PC now, but it's coming to PlayStation 5 later.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out when they come. I feel like that might be one of the ones they let us get on the PlayStation Premium for the, because that other game, what is it? Tales of Xanu, or
Yeah. I wanted to say that. I was mad. I'm like, oh, that's on day one on PlayStation. That sucks. But it's cool. Like, man.
Yeah, well, it came though. Look, you get it.
Yep. So Brian, that's our last our trailers. What's going on with you this week, man?
Nothing much. I'm getting ready to put my thoughts down on this whole Kendrick and Drake beef thing. Talk about how my boy just took his big L.
Drizzy.
Man, listen. I feel, well, I don't feel for Drake. He's fine. But very, very, very entertaining battle between these two gentlemen.
Was
Give me Kendrick. He just took it home. But I have to be commending Drake because he was like fighting like 7 niggas at one time. It's a lot going on.
He did far better than he did against Pusha T. That's for sure.
Absolutely. And I think that's more so just because I don't know, Pusha T is too old to find the kind of dirt that that would be fun for a mudslinging competition like what we just saw. But outside of that, I'm not really doing anything, just kind of chilling, getting ready to drop that episode or prepare it. And then that's pretty much it for me. What about you?
Man, there's so much content I gotta edit, but what's up now is I interviewed Nix from Do You Speak Geek Media, so that's up at the time of this recording. I went to Fan Expo Philly last weekend, so I have a bunch of interviews. They get up. Actually, I started cutting some of them. You will probably see some of the interviews on TikTok first.
Okay.
This is a lot easier to cut it from my phone and put it up there before they get to YouTube. So
Right.
at the time of this recording, my interview with Concrete Comics is on TikTok, but you'll start to see the individual interviews and the full con video on YouTube coming up over the week. And then also my girl Rel and I, we talked and we went off of this video she sent me talking about a good man and do good men finish last. So we had a whole hour plus long conversation in various different topics. So that'll probably be a two-parter, but you're going to see a lot of that trickle out over the next week once I sit down and start editing. Oh, and also I got an interview with my girlfriend. She'll be out next week as well, but we'll talk about that on the next show.
Okay. See, I like that question. Does do good men finish last?
Yes. And we trust me, we touched on a lot of points.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. So you know where you guys are, though. Nerds of the World. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at New Release Wednesday, on Twitter at the NRW. And of course, you're currently on YouTube, so make sure you like, you share, and of course, subscribe.